Welcome to another episode of Behind the Scenes Britain with me, Clive Britton, where we delve into the minds of ordinary and extraordinary people to find out what's really going on behind the scenes in today's Britain. But before we move on, I'd like to introduce, as always, my co-host and producer of the show, Will G. Jones. How's it going, Will?
How we doing, Clive? Looking forward to this, mate.
We would like to welcome our guest today, local musician, community guru, teacher of the soul and composer of the well-revered modern folk song 21st Century Man, Eye Zack. Welcome to the show, Zack.
Hey guys.
Eye Zack, how we doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. How are you guys? Yes, I am.
Good. Excellent.
Zack Qureshi. Is that Zack Qureshi?
Qureshi, yeah.
Born 9th of December. That's where our records makes you a Sagittarius.
Yep, Sagittarius, yeah.
Sagittarius is a zodiac sign and constellation that is associated with the Archer. People born under this sign are said to be adventurous, curious, and energetic.
Yeah. That could be me. That could be me.
We would say that is a true representation, given your recent sabbatical to India. And although we look forward to hearing about your musical endeavours locally, please give us an insight into your global voyages of recent times.
Yeah, well, I did go out to India recently after many years, actually. So it was a bit of an experience, really, for me. Like, very fresh. I went via Dubai. Got some family out there in Dubai, so spent a couple of days over there. And then just preparing for the India trip. But the main thing I had in my mind was actually to go out to the village, not stay in the city. I wanted to. Something underneath wanted me to go to the village and see how life was there.
Yeah, so not the tourist trail.
No, completely not. It was mainly for family, to catch up with family, reconnect with family. And, the last time I was there, I think it was 27 years ago, I remember going to a wedding. I went to a wedding and I've got a nice little story there. But I'll tell you about that later.
What's this? No, tell us about it now. Enlighten us.
Come on.
Well, I went to a wedding and then after the day after the wedding, I went home and I said to my cousin, who was fine, I said, that guy Ahmed, he invited me over to his place, do you know him? And he said, my cousin said, no, you're stupid. And I said, what? I said, do you know Will Farm, the guy Ahmed, who invited me over? He said, you're even more stupid than I thought. And I said, what do you mean? He said, he's your cousin. I said, oh, really? That's why he was so nice to me. That's why he invited me over and everything. And he said, you're even more stupid than I thought. And I said, what are you talking about? He said, that whole village, they were all related to you.
Oh, wow.
1,000 people.
Yeah. Wow.
That was your village.
Where was this village?
This was just outside Bangalore, or Bengaluru.
Right,
Going
okay.
Pre-colonial times now.
Okay. So that has a bit of history of its own, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was 20 years ago, Bombay, which is the colonial name, became Mumbai, adopted the pre-colonial day. And then 10 years ago, Bangalore did the same thing, and they are now called Bengaluru, which is the pre-colonial name. So there's a process of decolonisation going on,
Right. How much of this goes back through history? How far are we going back here?
Oh, you're going back at least 400 years. East India Company,
Yeah,
the first corporation on the planet, basically.
Yeah.
What was East? What was the East?
It's
was it the East Indian Company?
Yeah, it's the British all over the world with their naval fleets and
through Silk Road.
Silk Road trading.
Okay.
Interesting stuff.
Exploitation, pillaging.
Yeah. Well, that goes on all over the world.
Yeah. So there's you get that with there was the Pakistanis and the
Indians.
North Indians, is it? And there was a lot of...
I think Genghis Khan even tried to have a crack at the place, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, but it's an interesting history, isn't it? I mean, that whole Silk Road thing, if you look into that, East meets West, and there's a lot of innovation going on, as well as trade, and wars, of course.
I've done a little bit of research, so I got something about a mud fort.
A mud fort, okay.
So very early on, one of the rulers of that part of India, and this is why that part was apparently famous, was they built this mud fort.
Right.
Do you know anything about that? Is that?
I don't know if that's the Red Fort in Pakistan.
No, this was in Bangalore.
Oh, okay.
It's only what I'm reading up. I might be wrong.
Mud fort.
I
Well, I suppose houses were built out of mud, and even here in Europe, right through the Middle Ages,
And what about
stone didn't come till after 1000 AD.
Yeah. And they had a bit of a military might as well, and a lot of intrusion from the English.
Yeah, well, the Indians never invaded anyone in their whole history, so it's pretty much not an aggressive nation.
No. Anything famous come from that particular part?
The new Silicon Valley. Yeah, they've got a Silicon Valley in Bengaluru.
Okay.
So there's a lot of tech companies there.
Really? You didn't know any this didn't come up. So tell us a little bit about that if you can.
I mean, there's this thing where people marry each other, but within industries. So if you're in the tech, if your son is in the tech, you're not going to be marrying someone in the agriculture. You're going to find someone in the tech industry, and but same in the other industries. It's an industry thing. I think it's
industry.
Yeah.
And speaking of class systems, there is a big sort of class system thing going on there in India as well, isn't there?
Well, it's no different to originally, the division of labour. That's what it was. That if you were a fighter and you were strong, you'd be a soldier or a warrior, and if you were intellectual, you'd go towards knowledge, and if you were spiritual, you'd be the priestly class. But then unskilled workers have to do something as well. So there was no problem in any kind of work.
Is that like what they call the caste?
Over time,
Caste.
it's been abused. Yeah, over the time, it's been abused like everything.
And so,
but originally, it was a good idea. It was like, if you're trained for this and you've got this ability, that's what you can do. If you've got craft skills in the handiwork, you're going to be a craftsman. We'll get you, making wood and bronze and what have you.
this is interesting. It's the caste thing, right? So this is what it's about, yeah. So I've from some of the research that I've done shows that if you was to marry one caste from one caste into another, you would become the sort of lowest of the low, and in fact be called the untouchables. Is that right?
Well, Gandhi elated the untouchables just to get out of that mindset, which was very backwards. You have to remember 70% of people there were in rural places and uneducated, illiterate. So they pretty much didn't have the guidance that the more educated had, So what was the original question there? Just lost me.
Tell us a little bit more about your actual trip. Where did you stay? Where did you go? Did you go out? You did mention when we were on the phone talking about getting you on the podcast about going to a studio.
The first thing I did was I thought I'll find out from the family if there's any contacts in music. So I went to see my cousin first, and he was born here in the UK like me, but went over there, got married there and settled over there. But he's still got his Cockney accent. And set up my phone, and he was always crazy about music. And I said, is there anyone in the family? He said, actually, we know somebody who's got a studio. And I thought, okay, I'll keep it in mind. I gave the guy a ring, and he said, I said, oh, it'd be great to meet you. He said, I can't meet you this weekend. I've got a gig. I'm playing at the Hard Rock Cafe. I said, oh, all right, I'll come to the Hard Rock Cafe, And this guy was working in a Pink Floyd tribute band. He was a guitarist.
Oh, wow.
And went to the show with my cousin.
What was the band called, sorry?
Oh, I can't remember the name of the band now. Their band, they had their original music.
Right.
But this was their tribute band to Pink Floyd tribute.
Is it quite a well-known band?
Yeah, they're quite well known. They had their own
played at the Halls?
following. Sorry?
Have they played at the Hawth, Crawley? Because there's a few
Hawthorne-
of them played
no,
there, isn't
we're
there?
talking about in India.
Oh, okay, sorry.
In India, yeah.
I must keep up. I do apologise.
Yeah.
Must keep up.
So I did end up meeting that guy and going to his studio.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, I found out he's actually related to me.
Another one.
Oh,
He was
wow.
related to me. Yeah. Small
Yeah, so
world.
indulge us in, you know,
and
tell
then-
us a bit more
So
about
I went to his
this.
studio. I did a vlog, which I'll be posting somewhere down the line. Go around his studio, his setup, and his guitar rig. It's the biggest rig I'd ever seen. I mean, that was bigger than Edge's U2 rig, you know.
Did
But he said he collected it over 10 years.
Did you record any music out of it?
I didn't get round to that. I wasn't there really long enough. I'd been there another couple of weeks, so I probably wouldn't got round to
So
it.
whereabouts did you tell us a little bit more? Where did you stay?
I stayed with family actually. My sister,
What was the house
my
like? You know, give us
yeah,
paint us a little picture.
It was a little bit in the sticks. My sister had a place there, and the last minute we were going to stay with some family, and then last minute my sister said, "Oh, you can stay at my place." It was a little bit out in the sticks.
Okay. Travelling? Did you get there?
I used an Uber basically.
Uber, so
It's Uber. Yeah,
so
you
it's
can't
not
really
like-
couldn't do anything without
Yeah,
it.
so it's not
Yeah.
stone. It's not primitive.
No,
I'm just trying to
no.
paint a picture of
Just there were some dodgy roads and
Yeah.
in that street.
mud
so-
roads.
No, I mean it was
tarmacs,
concrete, but
Okay,
it was a
yes.
lot of potholes. You know,
No,
like you get here,
Not
you
not
know.
getting here then, Clive.
serious potholes. You know, you do some comparisons.
Yeah.
And the rest of the family were more central, but all quite 15 minutes from each other. But my sister was a little bit out in the sticks. But luckily there was Uber, so it was a pickup service, you know, door to door. Every ride was about 40 minutes, you know, a lot of traffic because there's 3 times more cars than are designed for the roads.
In the whole
Yeah,
India,
so
it's quite,
to get anywhere, it's like it would take about an hour, 40 minutes to an hour to go 7 miles, for example.
Okay.
But that 7 miles would cost me £1 each way.
Yeah,
in,
that's
in an
one
Uber
thing.
air-conditioned taxi.
Me and Clive were talking the other night about it.
No
we was
problem.
interested in the price. What was
Yeah.
it? What was the when you bought something in the shops? How did
Yeah,
it feel? You know,
me
did
and
you
my-
think, wow, this is
my
six.
cousin
My
took
uncle's
me-
been out there and he said it's really cheap.
Cousin took me for breakfast in a nice restaurant, and it was £1.80 for the two of us.
And what did you have for that?
£1.80.
What a rip-off.
A cup of tea, 10p. 10 pence for a cup of tea or
Wow.
coffee. Yeah.
That's proper, isn't it?
Yeah, 1 rupee. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
10
wow.
rupees, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
So I think it's 100 rupees to the pound.
Have you got a place out there? Can I borrow it?
Actually, what I'm looking to do is go more seaside. I'm a seaside person, so I'd be inclined. I did have an invitation to go to Goa, but this trip it was a family trip, so I'd taken my mum, so I couldn't really leave her alone. I couldn't get away for 3 days, unfortunately. So, and I had an invitation to Delhi and to Mumbai as well, because friends are out there and family.
Can I just mention
Yeah,
something just
yeah.
about Goa there?
Yeah.
We did when we were doing our research the other night as well. We found this out that Goa was actually Portuguese.
Yes.
We didn't.
That's right. Yeah, we come across that,
Yeah,
didn't
it's
we?
Portuguese colony.
Yeah.
And that's where after the big hippie Goa thing, it was. That's why it was so a bit of more
Liberating,
liberal.
yeah. I mean, it's again.
Didn't
people-
realise it was anything to do with Portugal.
Yeah,
Same as some
so-
of the islands out there.
Loads of Europeans there. It is a hub. You know, it's a hub, an international hub, and I need the international crowds. It's great being in India and being in Bengaluru, but I didn't feel there was any international people.
So then, sorry, Karen, you were going to
Yeah.
go to Mumbai.
I didn't go to Mumbai. That again, I had invitations, but I
Yeah, it
couldn't
was-
really go because you'd need at least minimum 3 days just for the travel, really.
Okay.
You know, because I want to go by train or
Yeah.
Did
something
you
like
say
that on the way.
You stopped in Dubai for a while as
I
well?
did on the way out. Yeah.
Why was that?
It's basically a stopover. It's quite a long journey otherwise, but we also have family in Dubai.
Oh,
so
you said, yeah,
I got
yeah.
to catch up with my cousin.
okay,
You know,
right.
my first cousin.
The only reason why I asked was another bit of research I done because I wanted to sort of
Yeah.
make sure that I got some stuff here to talk to you
Yeah.
about. You know, was that most of the infiltration into India
Yeah,
historically
yeah,
came from the Persian Gulf, and
yeah.
the so Dubai was one of those sort of places. I
Well,
just wondered as a bit
it's
of a
more the-
guru chap.
It's more the opposite because you know it was the Indians that have built Dubai. You know, so all the labour, I think when I was there 20 years ago, the minimum contract was 2 years. So you'd leave India, you'd go for you wouldn't go home for 2 years, but you'd send money home every month.
Yeah.
And even cousins and family members that worked there for 2 years or 3 year contract, when they went home, they could have opened their own businesses, you know, their own tailor shop, you know, for example.
Tax free,
So, yeah, 5% tax. Boom.
Wow.
That's
Which is why
maximum.
people go- there's-
That's
I know
maximum.
I've
Yeah.
worked recently at a guy's house. He started off as a plumber locally, moved his way up into this, that, and the other, and he's now the site agent in one of these big. I know it's not Dubai as such, but in Saudi Arabia where they're building the new football stadiums
Yeah.
for the World Cup.
Yeah.
And he's out there as a safety, but it's all tax free. I mean, a lot of English teachers. Did you?
Yeah,
you
I
you
mean,
teach a bit of English as well, don't you, Zach?
I do. Yeah, I'm an English teacher, ESOL teacher. There wasn't. I wasn't there long enough actually to really figure that out. But there were. I did stay in a hostel for a while, which was a nice posh hostel, you know.
Okay.
But there were people from all over the Middle East that would come to Dubai for the weekend, you know, just to chill out. Mostly IT people,
Right.
you know, just to do some sort of
Meditation.
tourism.
Was
Oh,
Really?
right, okay.
No, they
Was it
came
as
there for
glamorous in
tourism.
Dubai as we
No,
were,
I mean it's a concrete jungle basically. You know, if you like shopping as a hobby,
yeah,
then that's where you go. You know.
yeah, not my scene.
No, exactly. So you know, it was a bit
Shopping
boring
for
because I
what?
said
What, textiles and stuff like that?
No, just
no, just
like,
mall. It's
you
a
know, like-
giant mall basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
yeah.
very commercial,
And
isn't it?
very
Yeah.
flash cars. If you like cars,
Yeah,
you can enjoy
yeah.
yourself having a look at the cars and
It's
stuff.
the night. Well, it's
The
the
buildings.
the Knightsbridge of.
Yeah, the tallest building in the world, Burj Khalifa. I had a coffee down there as well, or up there. And but you know, there is the other side, which I wasn't there long enough to go to the desert, because
Right.
that's what I really wanted to do. There was to have a couple of days off to go to the desert and see that kind of nomadic Saharan desert life, let's say.
Yeah.
But next time I'm going to do that.
So
Excellent.
is this kind of a desire to get back into your heritage or your?
Not that. I think not only that. It's the new Europe is the Middle East,
Right.
and that's a fact now. So that's why you know there's a lot of people migrating to that area for the obviously tax reasons, and knowing that it's a growing
When
economy,
you say
it's
new,
growing
new
projects.
Europe, can you just
Yeah.
explain that a little bit?
You know, it's like the let's say diversity of that whole Middle Eastern culture, and obviously it's coming up. You know, there was a time when we in the UK, you know, once Europe opened up, you just go on a tour,
It's
whether it
very
was
futuristic,
Interrail,
yeah. That's
and
exactly,
you
yeah.
just
So
have such a rich experience.
You go and see the Eiffel Tower,
You
you go
know,
and see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Now everybody goes to Dubai to shop and to
Yeah.
see these great structures. Yeah,
Yeah, and in Europe, you know, you've got all that Riviera lifestyle, and it just seemed to be more idyllic. But you could only do it for 2 weeks in the summer, you know.
Yeah.
But if you could do it, you know, you'd stay there longer. So
Sure, yeah. So, Zach, tell us now all about your local music scene, and have you brought anything back from your travels that will enhance or influence the next steps in your journey? Please elaborate.
yes, first thing I did when I got there was I went to a Bollywood show. I mean, a Bollywood live show, 11 musicians playing live background with some award-winning singers like what that won The Voice, you know. And there was 5 singers, I think, 2 ladies and 3 gentlemen, and they put on a show, and the audio visuals was amazing. It was basically a theatre, like a cinema, 800 people in there, and they'd project the original movie and somehow synchronise it with the live vocal singing. It was a pretty hit me actually, because I grew up with some of those movies, and I must
Is this
say,
like
to-
Bollywood sort of thing?
Bollywood, yeah. I mean, and then I actually remembered that some of the most memorable melodies that I ever heard in my life, and still to this day, are from those Bollywood movies.
and this you're bringing back to now. What? Tell us a little
Yeah,
bit
so
about the
I
stuff,
think-
the music, your stuff that
I
you're doing
think-
with the community at the moment. How are you going to bring that into that situation?
Yeah, I mean, I would say I'm gonna planning to put 30-40% of that Bollywood and classical Indian music into my traditional pop rock.
Yeah, so
For
can
the
you tell
next
us a little
thing.
bit about that? And you're also helping a group of underprivileged people with music.
I'm doing some because it's a bit quiet because I teach English, right? So it's a seasonal job down in Brighton, and it's usually April to about September, October. Rest of the year it's so quiet because there are no foreign students.
Mm-hmm.
They all disappear at the end of the summer, and you've got like 20% capacity, and there's just no work. So in this quiet period, great, go to India, move around a couple of months, come back here, and I realise I've been told, that Zach, we're not really going to have any work for you till April, realistically. So I thought, I'd like to keep myself busy. So I went and volunteered at Crawley Volunteer Fair. I went there.
Oh wow, how was that?
And I found 6 organisations that I'd heard of, that I knew some of them already.
When you say organisations,
Like Crawley Community Action.
okay.
I did ESOL.
Big shout out to them.
I did, I did ESOL for them. I did teaching asylum seekers. This was just gone September, I think it was, or August. And there was, I think, 14 people signed up. And on the first morning, I had 37 people in the class just arrived. So with this collaboration and, multinational.
Instruments?
No, this wasn't music. This was what I did with them was teach English, but I did teach them song with a gap fill of lyrics.
Okay.
So you give them out a song with some gaps in it, with the missing words at the top. Get them to listen to the song,
Great
fill in the
idea,
gaps,
like carrot fashion,
and then
yeah.
sing along, and
Yeah.
then get the old guitar out.
Excellent.
And on the last day, actually, it was the last day, and make a bit of a party of it. So I did that for teaching English. But now what I said was, okay, I can do volunteer work, but what about doing the music hub or the guitar hub and developing it, using this as an opportunity to develop it, so and do what I love doing as a volunteer. So I had the first one was last week at Circles Network in Crawley.
Big shout out to them.
And yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, really nice space, nice people, very warm. And we were about probably 10, 12 people really enjoying and participating in the songs. And with this one, I bought the percussion kit, 17-piece, 5 triangles, 5 tambourines, some maracas, castanets, and they all participated and joined in and sang along.
And is this on your?
This is on my
social media?
website. Yeah, it's
Where can we
Guitar
find
Hub.
this? Guitar.
Guitarhub.club. So www.guitarhub.club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tune in.
And
I'll have
that's-
listened to that for
Yeah,
sure.
there's community, and I posted the videos and stuff. So
Yeah. So this all stems from obviously your love of music, and you're a guitar songwriter in your own right. Is it? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Again, it's I'm primarily a lyricist, so I wrote lyrics long before I could even play the guitar.
And you're
So-
sorry to
Yeah,
cut short
yeah,
there, but
yeah.
and you're actually your name of your
Artist name,
artist name
Red
is
Eye Zack.
Red Eye Zack. The
Yeah,
people can find you where? Sorry.
Everywhere really.
Everywhere?
REDEYEZACK.
Yeah.
.co.uk.
Yeah. And you got a website, haven't you?
Yeah, www.redeyezack.co.uk.
And
Instagram.
what sort of stuff is it that you do?
Well, I write mostly with acoustic guitar, so people would say, "Oh, it's very folky," but I play electric as well. So if I play the same song on electric, it sounds very different. It can have a more fuller orchestration, and with a band. Right, but when you're on your own with an acoustic guitar, then it sounds folky or indie folky. But I prefer to write like that and then dream up a texture for the song. Each song has its own personality. And if I've got a song that's, for example, a lyric, I've only got 6 lines, I couldn't write any more. Okay, it's going to be a short song, it's 1 minute, and it will just have keyboards, strings, and vocals. That's it, because that's all it requires. And then you've got another song which needs a full rock orchestration, like 21st Century Man.
This is your signature tune.
Yeah, that's what it's been dubbed. It's been named. Yeah.
21st Century Man.
Yeah.
Brilliant song. Yeah, we've all heard that. So do you have any plans in the future have got any gigs coming up? Are you,
Well, now I'm in the process of just organising emails to send out to book gigs, but the gigs that I want, you know, where I'm playing original music, not pushed into doing too many covers.
Yes.
I don't mind doing that locally, but I will travel for original audience that want to hear original songs and stories. You know, it's a storytelling. It's really and songs that mean something, got something to say, or they tell a story or narrative, and or it connects emotionally, you know. So I want to get more real with it, really. I don't mind. I'm a serial collaborator. I collaborate with anyone who's up for collaborating, because I've got such a body of stuff that's just sitting in a drawer as well. That it'd be nice to.
You want to get it
I
out
could do
there and
that
share
and get
it,
it out
yeah.
and say, let's have a go at doing something with that. You know.
That sounds nice.
And the Guitar Hub is running in Horsham. That's been running for 6 months.
What's going on?
It's basically a jam session. It's a jam session for guitarists to come along at any level, whatever your level is, whether you can play one string and you're a beginner, or whether you're more advanced and you want to practice some lead playing.
Okay, so you've got a group of. I think I saw something like that again on your social media.
Yeah.
There's a guy, friend of mine, Mark Cartwright.
Right.
He was there.
Okay.
He did mention that you had seen him. Yeah, he was there, and his friend, the guy, the ginger guy, I can't remember his name.
Okay.
But yeah, he said he thoroughly enjoyed himself. It was excellent. He sent me a big. I said, I heard that you were. I actually sent it through for him.
Yeah.
So that he could attend at another time.
Right. Yeah.
But he texted me back saying that he'd been and had a fabulous. He was because we'd done. That's Mark Clive when we've done a bit of singing with him, taking him out to jams.
Oh yeah, he's a lovely fella. Yeah.
He thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, so
that's a big thumbs up.
After going to a jam session in India, I went to a jam session in India, and it was all like Bollywood songs and that.
Yeah.
I turned up with my guitar, and there was 4 other guitarists.
And this is what you've brought back.
Yeah. I just thought that's a bloody good idea, really good idea. And there was 2 cajon players.
Yeah.
There was 1 doll player, which was like the side drum, and 2 violinists and 40 singers. And they were all sitting in the floor or on the floor on cushions, and around the seats, the guitarists. And we had a really good old sing song, Indian classic, Bollywood songs, which I knew, and I posted those, and my stats went up 600%.
Okay.
For anything I posted was at 600% up.
Well, that might be something for the future. The Bollywood, there could be a market there for this.
I mean, I thought, what I'll do is I'm going to mix the Bollywood elements into my traditional pop rock,
I think,
and then go back.
Do you mean by mixing? We've been doing this since a friend of ours had a guitar shop in Three Bridges, Cherie.
Yeah.
And this is how we all started. We was just sit around, or there was 30 of us just jamming, man, outside the back of the shops. We'd have everyone, Yeah. That connection you have when you're just jamming. I saw your videos when everyone's just playing the triangle, or just playing one chord.
Yeah, they're just
string.
participating, aren't they?
The participation.
That's what it is.
And if you can get everyone into that zone at that point, I don't think there's anything great. I think it's.
We had 2 sets of grandparents with their grandkids.
Sorry?
2 sets of granddads with their grandsons.
Yes, brilliant.
2 sets of them.
Yeah.
In one session, and the youngest was 11.
Yeah.
The oldest was 75.
Brilliant.
In the same session.
Yeah.
It was very different.
No,
I say
it's
it's
great.
open. It's just
it's fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah,
That's my passion. Where sorry to turn it on to me, but that's where my passion comes through from the music is the inclusion and the getting together, which is. Sorry to go off on a tangent, but which is where the blues started. I don't know if you know the history of the blues. But the blues started because of, from what I know, of the railroads that were built in America, were built by the blacks, and they would travel from town to town.
Yeah.
So when they had time off, they would want to go and play music. So they invented the blues so that it didn't matter which town you were in at the time, you could all just play the same thing and enjoy it. And that's the blues, man.
Cool.
Yeah. Did you know that?
No.
Really?
No,
have a little delve into that. Yeah, it's a fantastic. Built on the railways, which is the sound.
Yeah, I know the sound of the blues, the railways, and the harmonica was in there, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Steam engine and all that.
Well, this has been interesting, but we're going to change gear now and play the quickfire round. Are you ready?
Okay, fair enough.
Apples or oranges?
Oranges.
Wine or-
Satsumas.
All right, I'll give you that one. Wine or beer?
Neither.
You got to have one or the other.
No, why? I'll have the zero.
Curry or fish and chips?
My curry.
Red or blue? You're going to be a difficult one on this, aren't you?
A bit of both. We're red and blue.
In or out?
In or out? Or.
Oasis. You got me out of there. Oasis or blue? You can have either one of these. I don't care.
Oasis at neither.
EastEnders or Coronation Street?
Neither. Don't do TV.
Come on, just choose one or the other.
I don't do TV.
Pasta or rice?
Rice.
Day or night?
Night.
Deep pan or thin crust? Ketchup or brown sauce?
Ketchup or brown sauce? Neither.
Sweet or sour?
Sweet.
Mars or Snickers?
Neither.
Spanish or French?
Spanish, of course. Hola.
Waltzers or Dodgems?
What's that?
Waltzers or Dodgems?
Waltzes.
Waltzers.
It's a fairground ride.
A fairground. They go flying
Oh,
around.
Dodgems, the
all
old
over
cars, mate. The old Dodgems. Bang them up.
place. Star Trek or Star Wars?
A bit of both, really. I like both. I can't
Yeah,
decide.
all right,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I'll accept that as it's you.
Yeah.
Swan or Dove?
Swan.
Metallica or Van Halen?
Van Halen, definitely.
Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter?
Definitely Lord of the Rings. Never seen a Harry Potter movie.
Walkers or Pringles?
Neither of them. I do chickpea Indian type snacks.
That sounds good. All right,
It's
well, I'll
healthy,
accept that.
healthy snacks.
Yeah, that's cool. We'll have that. Liverpool or Manchester?
Haven't been to either of those places.
North or south?
South's warmer, hopefully.
Left or right?
Centre.
Excellent.
The middle path.
Right, we'd like to take you now on a deep dive and ask your opinion on ancient technology. Do you think we are more advanced now or in the past? And did the aliens build the pyramids?
Okay, first question. What do you mean by advanced? Do you mean civilised?
No, not civilised, advanced, architectural.
Civilised,
You know,
advanced. It's an open-ended question.
Pyramids, come on. You know.
What springs to mind when we ask
I think
you
it's
that
a
question?
it's a personal thing, whether you've evolved or not. You know, to go beyond war, to settle things with rational.
Do you think there's
discussion.
ancient tech in the past, though, or do you think we've just evolved as the timeline has told
Well,
us?
tech has always been there. I mean, most things are just an observation of nature, aren't they?
I looked at some figures right earlier, right? If we're talking about the ancient pyramids, right? And so each one of those blocks, right, was 2.5 meters, right, and weighed, funnily enough, 2.5 tons, right?
Big, man.
And so there was, I think, it was something like 300,000 blocks, right, upon 250 layers or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's immense.
And there was 3 different types of blocks that they used.
Yeah.
There was sediment and blah, blah, blah. You know?
Granite,
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
limestone.
And it all come from different areas, right?
yeah.
So from my own sort of mind, you'd say, you know, I'm thinking, if you showed me one of those stuck in that area
Yeah.
and told me that 1,000 years, 10,000 years ago, whatever it was,
Well,
right?
apparently our modern cranes can't lift them. That's
Yeah,
the sort of
yeah.
thing we're getting
Yeah.
at. Is we're saying
Yeah.
modern cranes can't lift them blocks. How? And
Who done it?
they're bigger megaliths.
Yeah.
Well, 2 possibilities. One, levitation.
The aliens built it.
Levitation.
Yeah.
Yeah, sound waves.
And the second one would be unlimited slave labour.
No.
Yeah, we don't think. Well, not. I don't mean we as in
And not only
us,
that,
but-
expendable slave labour.
Do you think so? There is the thing with the pulleys. You know where you can do the pulleys. If you put 1 pulley on, 2 pulleys on, 3 pulleys, you can lift more.
Yeah.
But slave labour,
Do
really?
you know what?
Do you know
I'm
the
sorry, but I'm not having any of that. That that's not even a sum. It's a total load of bollocks because
What is?
I
Slave labour. You're saying slave labour.
no. I'm just saying that there is no way that we know in our minds, right?
Yeah.
That historically, going back then with what was available
Shall I give you
mechanically.
an analogy?
Yes, please.
Modern day analogy.
Yeah.
Chinese, they
Yeah.
built a 57-storey building in 19 days. 2 hospitals in 10 days.
Yeah. What now?
Now, for rebuilding Gaza, right, they're the only people on the planet who could rebuild and house 2 million people within a year with the people staying in there around the area, not having to go anywhere. There's no one else on the planet who can do that.
So you're saying,
For example, I mean, it's mind-blowing.
Back to the question,
It's mind-blowing.
was there ancient tech in the past, or so you're saying it's more slave labour?
I'm saying that's one explanation. If you've got an unlimited amount of manpower, if you like, because there's horsepower and there's manpower.
Yeah, but hold on. Look, listen, we're talking about a desert.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much manpower you've got, right? If you're talking about one block that size,
across the sand.
yeah,
Well,
there's no way.
counterweights,
There's no way. No.
There's I think there's a video
I
on
think you're
the,
better off with the sound. I was more going down the sound route.
Yeah, I
because
think you've lost us on that.
No. I can quite understand how
Yeah.
the sound, the levitation through sound waves, I can get down with.
I think you're both as mad as each other. So.
and we're only looking at possible explanations. That's
Well, it's
all,
the aliens, isn't it?
you know.
The aliens did it.
No,
Yeah.
I
Do you
mean,
think
there's
is there a
science and there's
possibility that it could have been
a combination
an
of physics,
so no chance it's the aliens.
muscle power.
Do you believe in God?
Do you believe in man?
Well, all I'm saying is, if you believe in
That was very Da
God,
Vinci.
if you believe in God, you must believe in aliens, right?
Well, I answered your question. You know, that should tell
He
you.
didn't. You answered
Yeah,
it
he
with
did.
a question.
Yeah, well, that's
No, he did.
Well, he didn't.
Yeah, I'm for
that's
that.
how
yeah.
I answered the question.
Yeah, okay.
You
yeah.
answered it with a question.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
didn't answer the
Yeah.
question.
He's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
If you believe in man, you believe in God, don't you? That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Because God
it's that-
created man.
No, just because it's out there.
No, well, I'm not on that one. So what are you saying?
We're saying anything's possible.
Anything's possible. So do you think...
I mean,
Do you,
some things are so evident that they don't even need to be asked about. That's what I'm saying.
okay,
He believes. He's a believer.
So let me just say one thing. For instance, the pyramids, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think it's the narrative of it's a tomb, like the thing we were taught in school? Do you think that's an actual tomb, or do you think it's like a power? Could have been some sort of power station structure, or a celestial vehicle to the stars?
Well, a bit of all of that.
Okay.
Really, yeah, combination of things.
Some people say, and I read up a little bit about this today as well, and it's been completely poo-pooed by scientists and all that, right? But there's this myth that maybe giants were involved in the moving of the
Ooh.
stones.
Got
And when you-
Nephilim giants.
Yeah, when you think about it, one of those stones would fit in a giant's heart.
You love them stones, don't you?
Just,
You've
you know,
blown your head
it's
off.
just
You've
like, boom.
researched this, done your head in.
Boom, moving them,
Yeah.
from one place to another would be easy. And you can imagine all the little people like us going, oh, the giants are here, they're helping us out, they're going to build it. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, makes so much sense. But science,
Makes sense. Aliens and giants. Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes complete sense.
all the brains of the world are all saying no, all the hieroglyphics say no.
Well, they're saying it's a tomb. That's my point, is that the mainstream are saying that is a tomb, but they don't
Yeah.
find any remains of any human bones or bones in
No,
these. There's
no.
nothing in
There's
these
no
tombs.
proof. There's no proof. There's no evidence
There's
anywhere.
there's no treasure either.
But then again, if you were,
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Not
if you
anymore,
were-
the British took it.
if you were a highly intelligent, right, species from another planet, right, and you've come down there to help somebody out, and you don't want to leave any trace, right, there's not going to be any trace, so you're not going to find it anyway.
Well, if you're predatory and you're a psychopath,
Yeah.
you can do a lot of things.
No,
You
there's
can
loads
do
of them down
very
there. There's loads of them down
But
there.
they're very devious.
Yeah, we know that.
So, you
They're
know,
running the
so-
country
There's no
and the
empathy,
world.
Got no empathy, have they? Got no empathy.
No empathy, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, when people get crushed to death under the stones, are they going to really care?
They don't give a damn.
No, they'll get their thing built, won't they?
Yeah.
By
Bigger
hook or
than
by
us.
crook.
Bigger than
Which
us.
is
Strong
what
us.
happens in Dubai and Saudi Arabia when they build these stadiums. They don't care about the workforce.
A lot of the time it's driven by greed, isn't it? And just
Exactly.
profit and
That's
just
it.
profit.
All the time it's
Not
driven
people
by
first.
greed.
Maybe that's
No.
a new change. Is where people first support any people first organisations.
yeah, that'd be nice.
you know.
I mean, if we're
Are
going,
there such organisations?
I think there's such people.
Touche, yeah, indeed. But yeah, when you say organisations, did you? Sorry, I thought you knew of an organisation that.
Well, I know of people, and if you support them, then they'll have their organisations because you're involved, and you know that they're what's the word, where they come from. You know, a lot of these places that are asking for charity, you know, you don't know. They don't say, "Come and see." You're welcome to come anytime.
No, it's like the
Here's
donkeys.
here's
I've
where
been
we
paying
are.
I've been
This
paying
is the
£2
village.
a month for a donkey, and I
We're
haven't
building
seen
wells in this
anything
village.
happen.
Come here anytime you want. This
Yeah.
is where your money's
No,
going.
it doesn't go there. It doesn't go
No,
there. It goes.
no.
It gets filtered through and it gets siphoned
Of
off,
course,
and people rob the money.
Yeah.
And
The
if
problem
people don't
is,
realise
as
that
well-
by now with charities, man.
and
they're
yeah,
corrupt.
I was just going to
Most
say
charities are
another
corrupt.
problem
Yeah.
is charities saying, "Here's a picture of somebody juggling cats," and they there is a proportion of society that would go, "Oh my god,
Of course it
they're
is.
juggling
and
cats."
what time do they put it up?
Yeah,
They put it on when most old people are sitting in front of their tellies
With the cats.
yeah.
with their
With the
cats,
cats, yeah.
and their donkeys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll pay £2 for that
Yeah.
tiger. I'll
Here's
support
here's
this
my
cat.
bank details. You've got me.
Without sounding funny about things or anything, but the best joke or analogy or something I've ever heard is when somebody said, "Hang on, how come it only costs £3 for so-and-so to have his water in this part of the world, but it's costing me £63 a week." I'm paying him. yeah, it's only going to cost him £3 to get some water. Fucking what?
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Anyway,
Do you know what? Funnily enough, on that thing, if I might add, I know somebody that lived in Namibia, right? And their natural morning was to get up and go to the water hole and fill up their jugs and come back with their water for the village, right? And nobody ever suffered. That was their way of life. And for a while, until the Westerners moved in and ruined the whole thing for them,
no, I don't believe it.
Brought a disease into the community and
They're
wiped
bringing
everybody out.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, it's mental.
it's
Absolutely
amazing, isn't it?
mental.
It's amazing, I know. That's been a very interesting conversation and we've really enjoyed our chat. Thanks for being so open and honest. But before we wrap things up, we have a couple of more questions for you. Which famous person, dead or alive, has inspired you and why?
Possibly the cameraman on the Godfather movies. The lighting, spectacular, the acting, everything to do with those movies. I've got the box set and I do watch it again and again. I never get bored of it. Great acting as well. And it's storytelling to the highest level. And according to a lady called Catherine Austin Fitz, that if you want to know how the world works, it's all in those movies.
Wow,
Really?
yeah.
That's pretty far
Yeah,
out.
that's
Yeah,
excellent.
and I suppose it's true.
Have you got a name for him? We don't know a name.
I don't know the name
Right,
of the,
we'll have to look into
the
that.
lighting guy, but
Excellent.
Yeah, good films. Al Pacino at his best, wasn't
Al Pacino, Marlon Brando, Robert De Niro.
it? Yeah, some great names.
You know, it's over 3 generations, I think. And I think who was the last actor in that? Andy Garcia.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, great film.
Yeah.
I think there was 3 in all, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
I see myself being an international singer-songwriter, travelling around a little bit like my trip. You know, wherever I'm welcome, wherever there's an audience, I'm pretty much happy to sort of hit the road, Jack, you know, but be on my own in the sense that I'm a solo artist, but in every place I go, I will find local musicians and get them involved and put a show together. So,
Are you trying to
sounds-
teach something apart from music? Do you think?
I'm a teacher, you know, I'm an educator, so even indirectly I'll be teaching, but through example.
I'm talking about sort of a way of life or
A guru.
A
Yeah.
way of
Do you
life.
see yourself as a guru?
Would you know what a guru is?
Yes.
Guru, yeah? A guru is a destroyer of darkness.
Destroyer
really?
of worlds.
The destroyer of the darkness of ignorance.
Oh, tell us about that.
That's what a guru is. So,
Do you see yourself as a guru?
no, I don't see myself as a guru. You know, you say what you say, you do what you do, you walk your walk, you talk your talk, and if you shine, then you know everything grows in the presence of sunlight. You know, so your job is to shine.
I thought a guru was a teacher of ways to enlighten you and make life
No, it's
better for.
literally a destroyer of darkness.
That's what it stands
This
for.
is
Yeah.
the same thing, isn't
Guru
it?
and
Surely
guru.
it's enlightening. If you're the destroyer
Yeah.
of darkness, then it isn't. You are enlightening.
Maybe,
Yeah.
however you look at it. We have one more special feature where we give you the right to rant. You have 30 seconds to rant about anything that really annoys you. The floor is yours. Take it away.
Yellow box junctions. Apparently 90% of them are money traps, according to the RAC and reports. So I've got a case coming up very shortly, and I'll be contesting that. They claimed that I could predict getting into the yellow box. I said there's no way I could predict it, I just got trapped in there. So yellow boxes, there you go.
Time is up.
It's been a pleasure having you on the show. Please come again, and don't forget to check out Zack's signature tune, 21st Century Man, on all good platforms. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have, and we'll see you next time on Behind the Scenes Britain with me, Clive Britton.